Hello and welcome to this video in which I explain the basics of the Mplus model statement, in particular as it pertains to confirmatory factor analysis, structural equation modeling, and also path and regression analysis. My name is Geiser. I'm an instructor and statistical consultant with QuantFish. So let's take a look at this Mplus input file for a two-factor model that I have open here, and let's specifically check out the Mplus model statement to learn about how Mplus uses commands in the model statement for various different types of models. You can see here in the model statement I have already specified two factors or latent continuous variables that I labeled f1 and f2, and you can see there's a by statement here that connects my observed variables y1 and y2 to a factor f1, and so the by statement in Mplus stands for measured by. So that is how you specify a measurement model with continuous latent factors in Mplus. It's different for a latent class model. So when you have categorical latent variables, it looks a little bit different. But when you have continuous latent variables, latent factors in a confirmatory factor analysis or a structural equation model, then you would always need to have one or more by statements to define your latent variables and to let Mplus know how they are measured. So that's a reflective measurement model of confirmatory factor analysis that says f1 is the independent variable, y1 and y2 are the dependent or outcome variables that are measuring factor f1. And so this is the same for f2. So here's also a by statement which connects f2 to the variables y3 and y4 as reflective measures of that factor f2. And so then in Mplus, if you specified nothing else but by statements, what would happen is that Mplus would then estimate a confirmatory factor analysis model with correlated factors. So it would automatically allow f1 and f2 and any additional factors that you may have specified to correlate freely. So it would estimate the covariances in the unstandardized solution. It would estimate correlations in the standardized solution between the factors. Now, you can also make this explicit in Mplus by saying f1 with f2 semicolon, and so then this with stands for correlated with. You don't have to do that though, because automatically by default factors or exogenous independent latent variables will always be allowed to correlate in Mplus. So, and only if you don't want that would you have to use the by statement, the with statement to say f1 with f2 at 0. So if you wanted the correlation to not be estimated, you could set it to 0 by saying f1 with f2 at 0, or you could use this statement to have some other value. So if you have a hypothesis about the covariance and say, okay, I'm assuming, or my theory predicts this covariance is 0.6, you could fix it to 0.6 to test that hypothesis by using the at symbol. Probably unlikely. There would be few very specific theories that would allow you to do that. Another application of the with statement would be if you wanted to give a starting value for a correlation or covariance in the unstandardized case. So saying f1 with f2 star 0.6 would assign a starting value of 0.6 to that covariance, and that may be useful in cases where you have maybe convergence problems otherwise, which should be rare, but it may be the case. So providing a starting value could also be done in this way. Other than that, if you just want a regular confirmatory factor analysis with correlated factors, you don't really need the with statement. So we can get rid of that. And then another statement that we use in the model command is the on statement. So you could also have a model that says f2 on F1. And then what that would be now a latent regression model. So this is no longer a confirmatory factor analysis, but rather it is a latent regression model where F2 is regressed on F1. So on stands for regressed on, and it is always used for a direct effect, so a single-headed arrow, whereas the with statement corresponds to a double-headed arrow in a path diagram. The on statement corresponds to a single-headed arrow, a regression path. So this then estimates a linear regression between F2 and F1, where F2 is the dependent variable, F1 is the independent variable. And so that's then a simple structural equation model with a single direct effect between the two variables. In this case, it would be equivalent statistically to a confirmatory factor model with correlated factors, because there are no other effects in the latent model, so it doesn't matter mathematically whether you estimate a correlation or this regression. This would result in an equivalent model with the same fit as the previous model. However, theoretically, it may make a difference for you whether you specify a confirmatory factor analysis with covariance or undirectional relationship, or a regression with a directional relationship. Also, when you specify a regression like that, in that case, Mplus adds a residual to your model automatically for the dependent variable F2. So in addition to estimating the regression path from F1 to F2, it also estimates a latent residual variance for F2, which is automatically added to the model. And F1 automatically has a variance estimate, whereas F2 has a residual variance estimate. So those are the key statements that you would use in the model command in Mplus when you have a confirmatory factor analysis or structural equation model, the by statement for the measurement model, the with statement for correlations, and the on statement for regression paths that are direct effects from one variable onto another. I hope you found this video useful to learn more about the Mplus model statement. My name is Christian Geiser. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.